Hello, welcome back to another video from GTA 5 PS4. Today we're taking a look at one of a very requested video, and this was actually requested more so by a good friend of mine called Kieran. It is my garage tour. So we can go along each vehicle individually, except for the bikes, because you know there's bikes. Start on this hand side. Right. So then my Western Sovereign. I bought my Sovereign during the Independence Day weekend back in July. I very rarely use it. It's more of a cruising bike, I suppose. But it is. I do like it. I really like my Sovereign. You know, it's got all this sort of limited edition stuff on it. You know, it's got the limited edition horn. Can't show it now, but I can show the horn that I just did. And it's also got the customed tyre smokes with a Patriot edition of that. So yes, for cruising, I like that vehicle. Next up, we've got my Akuma? Yeah, my Dinker Akuma, which is my main stunting bike. A lot of this stuff I bought when there was a glitch out a while back for money, which is kind of when the Rebels. No, it's not. The Rebels came a lot later, actually. And I bought a lot of this stuff then. Not the. In fact, the Sovereign was the main reason I decided to glitch in the end because I had no money left. But I bought this during, and I'm glad I did because it replaced the Bassi I had. And it's now one of my favourite bikes. The Gauntlet, I picked that up quite recently actually. The Gauntlet, I've done nothing with it. I don't think yet. I've literally just picked it up and put it in my garage. I got plans for that in the future. You know, when heists come, it could be something cool. I don't know. I just quite fancied it. The Sultan XS. Oh, Sultan, not the XS one. Force XS. I'm sure it's XS. Oh, I see. I put the RS stuff on the back. Okay, anyway. My Sultan I picked up because it's a semi-rare car. And because my friends had one back on PS3. And it is all in crew colour with the gold on it. And on the PS4 version, I have also got, it shows me in here, Crew Underglow. Which is, I love that. It's a really nice feature. It's something which we've all wanted. Right, on to my JB 700 now. I bought it for one reason. As soon as I found out how to sort of modify the number plate on the back using the Fruit and the Fiddler method on the PC, I bought this car then, and I did then put on the back a 007 JB number plate, or Yankees on it. But the servers reset that recently and I transferred over. So now it's got a straightforward Yankton plate on it. This literally has got barely any sort of modifications done to it for the customs garage. The Panto, that was bought for a glitch a while back in the end of October, and I didn't glitch wouldn't work. But I suppose it's still quite a cute car to drive around, especially in first person, because it's so unpredictable to drive. Let's go on to my. It's my innovation, LCC innovation. This has been modded a fair bit. I bought this just after it came out. I wasn't planning on buying it at first, but I bought it because a mate of mine back on PS3 bought it. And actually, I'm not trying to be first person, and it was like, wow, it's such a beastly cruising bike. I can't do that in the garage. It's a shame. Did it then. A lot of these cars are just placed in here during glitches and stuff, so I always wanted to look at this. I've no chance before. Oh. Okay, yes, 150 I'd like. Moving swiftly on. FQ2. I don't think I've ever done anything that's uninsured. I've literally picked it up off the street and parked here. I don't know quite why it's in here. At some point I'm going to replace that with a Huntley, I think. I should probably insure it actually, but that's just that. Like a Dominator, and no real plans for it at the moment. The two really Rebels at the same time. Rebels I've done nothing with. Again, they were for a glitch I was going to do, but I've seen all how banhammers been coming down on people, and I never go around to glitching them. So that's simply they're just sitting there now. Right, let's go on down to my other garage. Should we take to my Akuma? Actually, before I get there, I want to point something I've noticed just outside of the carriage house. When I walked out of my apartment, put my vehicle back in the garage, I noticed This now's got graphics on it, which wasn't there before. So who knows what else is hidden in the city. My other apartment is down at the airport. Right. I don't think I've been invested stuff. Like since I've upgraded to PS4, I've played barely any online. I transferred to a rank 140, and I think I'm still, I'm only 141. I played a few death matches. No, been a few races, and a couple of missions in this version. But that's about it. You know, I was too busy trying to finish the storyline, the missions. It took me about a week. Then and I'm still going through it's not going to work. What grass did I say? A controlled assignment in German, and music off. And that is also a reason why there's been a lack of videos recently. But all the recorded on my PS4's hard drive, I haven't got time to sort of get them all sort of nice and ready to go on YouTube. What I got to do really is sort of get a description written for them and then press upload. I've been literally writing up paragraphs and revising so much for this exam. I didn't have time. This is just a one-off, whatever. It's like a sort of to keep the balance going in the channel so it doesn't completely die off. And also because I was getting a bit bored of doing homework. Let's pull off a very quick sort of stunt while I got a second. Oh no, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. Oh, it kind of worked, I suppose. I didn't see how it's going. The airport, got any more detail at the very fast? I've only been around here very briefly. I tested a few planes out of the airport. So I've tried Dodo Seaplane out, which is something I was playing old GTA games. I'm really excited to see that in this version. Dodo was one of those classic planes in GTA's history. You know, here we are, right. I'll leave us just outside here. Right. Here's my airport garage, which I bought while I was saving up some money. Well, because there was one. Right, it was. I have to explain this in a minute. Let's go back to the top of this one. This is a far more personalised garage where I've actually chosen things in more detail. Service side. Should give this side this time, right? My dune buggy. I want to have an off-road vehicle to fast, and I have a dune. So I bought the dune buggy, the normal one. And I went down to, I'll show you where you can get this from, at least in the PS3 version and 360 version. It was up here, where this gap is in the map. I drove past this gap here with a normal dune buggy, this rare one spawned, so I took that into place. My Leggy, that was bought also for a number plate glitch, which did actually work and should still be here, I believe. Yeah, see, that's not a normal number plate in what's written on it. So that was bought for, but also it's a cheap sort of, it's a cheapish car, it's free, it's easy to upgrade. That was every reason that one. I had a tailgate, I've always wanted one before they were buyable. But when they became buyable, so I bought one when they first came out with, I don't know what pack it was now. Hipster pack, I believe it was actually. I bought it alongside that for a bit and then I sold it. But recently some of my mates got one again and were cruising, so I bought another one. This next vehicle here, this is very close to my heart. My Earthmarked Oracle. I've had this car since my day one of this game. Since sometime in January of 2014. This car I've had all the way through my GT Online. And so many times I've been caught short of money and I've driven down to the custom to sell. But then I've backed out. I can't face selling this car. This car will be here till the day the GT Online server is shut down. Or I've changed the paint a few times. That's as far as it's ever gone. And engines and stuff, but you know, a lot of it's exactly the same as it was when I first got the game. Right. Phoenix, I got 'cause it's very rare. Well, this version, I don't think it's quite as rare. But on the old version, it was definitely very rare. The day my mate and I found this car, we both first two alongside each other, and we hijacked both of them and drove them down to the Sandy Shores Customs, to the Beaker's garage. That was quite an exciting moment, actually. The Faggio. Who knows why I've got one of these Faggios? I just do. It's the best explanation for this one. Enough of that one and let's move on. Where am I then? The Ada was bought for a glitch. As quite a few of my vehicles were. It was actually bought when we had the hooker or the mugger glitch back earlier this year. And I remember I had a jester, and I was doing a duping with jester, then selling the jesters, and I could afford an adder. So I bought an adder and modded it as much as I could for the time, and I kept selling those over and over again. But obviously, then we patched that, and I had one duped adder left, and I had then had a choice: do I keep my Zentorno, or my entity, or my adder? And I thought I'll keep the entity because I like that one the most. But then I couldn't sell my adder, so I sold the other two and kept the adder. Was it the right move? I don't really know, but that's it. I've grown to like it, I suppose, over time. I used to have a tornado ages ago, and I was insured and modded, but I sold that. But I don't know. I don't know really where that came from. I presume I picked off the road, but I haven't insured it. But I don't know much about that. My Dominator, I was persuaded to buy a Dominator. I didn't really want one, but I bought one instead of finding one on the road like I should have. I like the Dominator. I've modded it out a fair bit. I very rarely drove most of these cars in miscarriage. And finally, my Nemesis. It's never one I've just got because it's rare. Let's drive it around for a bit. I've only got my Nemesis because it's a rare vehicle. It took me hours to find this vehicle. Music off. Oh, can I break it now? When I found it though, that was exciting. Because, you know, like, there was sort of 2 or 3 of us just going around trying to find it. When my mate all went offline, I found myself searching, and it just spawned outside Simeon's. Oh, I failed pretty quickly. So yeah, if you ever want a vehicle and you can't find it, just keep looking for it. Eventually it'll spawn. And then as soon as it spawns, that is such an exciting moment. Just try to hit this stun jump. But like that moment when you hit the jump. Oh. And on that high note, and that bombshell, I'll leave it there. Until next time. Goodbye.